here to welcome Mindy and Megan, I think, right?
Yeah.
Mindy and Megan, okay. Thank you again for joining us at Megan Talks 2021. You guys are the founders of MCourse, which is an amazing bakery with some of the great pastries that you've gifted us today with. But before we get into the interview talk I have with you, I want to start off with a special game that we play specifically with twins. This is called Who Is? You guys each get a sign.
Thank you.
And I'm going to ask you some questions. I wasn't really sure of these questions, so I'm going to see whether these are fun or not.
Okay.
And you guys simply just put the signs up based on whether you believe it's you or her that fits the bill, okay?
Okay, got it.
Okay, so this is Who Is Mindy Megan, 2021. Let's check this out. Okay, Mindy Megan. Who is the more messy one? Okay, good. That's perfectly correct. Okay. Mindy Megan, who is the more outgoing one? All right, very good. Mindy Megan, which one got kissed first? Wonderful. All right. Again, perfect agreement. Mindy Megan, which one is the more funny one? Very good. Excellent. Mindy and Megan, which one would be able to survive in the wilderness for a week?
Oh. Yes.
Which one could talk their way out of a parking ticket?
Oh, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Who is the better dancer? And finally, Mindy Megan, who is the better singer?
Oh.
That's great. I love this. You guys actually know each other pretty well. That's really good.
Okay.
Excellent. All right. So now that everyone knows you better as well too, we're going to start with some questions that I love to be able to really get the audience involved with, and also myself to learn a little more about this. So obviously you guys are both twins and you have this amazing business here, right?
Yeah.
So before this even occurred, before this existed, this amazing MCourse, how did you guys start off as children? What was your childhood like? And was there any kind of a divergence or a convergence that evolved into what you guys are doing today together?
Yeah. Well, so since we were little, well, it's very interesting because, for Mindy, she was living that kitchen life since she was young. And so she was always engaged with our mom because she loved to cook. But for me, I actually love the outdoors. And so, I would just go out there and find something fun to do and play with kids and just, so we were very different.
We were different
Yeah,
in many ways.
yeah.
She's always the adventurous one and spontaneous. And
Yeah.
for me, I always loved being in the kitchen
Yeah.
with my mom, and I loved from cooking to baking, and I was more the homebody.
So we grew up together. We went to the same school, and I remember that one time, I think we were in 4th or 5th grade, and during recess, I was like, "Hey, Min, why don't we sell rocks?" And we're just like, "Oh," Mindy was just like, "What do you mean rocks?" And I said, we can just find pretty rocks and then just sell it to the kids. And when we get that money, we can use that money to buy snacks. And so Mindy was just like, "Oh, maybe that's a good idea." And so she helped me with that too. And so, I think that's where it all started. We just started making money since we were 4th grade.
Yeah. But my sister, Megan, she's more like the entrepreneur type. She was always thinking about, what can I do to make money? Ever since we were 4 years old, coming up with new ideas. And, me, I would just be on the side and I would be the helper. I would help create the products and that's currently, what we're doing until this day here, running this business together. And that's great. That's awesome.
Wow. And so I'm going to assume here that Megan is the older one.
Actually, no.
What? Megan is the younger one?
Yeah, but I'm only younger by a minute, so.
Okay, like a full minute.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about like as you guys went on from were you guys very similar in terms of getting together and being together and doing business together up until a certain age, and then you guys went off and say after college did your own thing and then came back together again? Like how did that evolve?
Yeah, so we did go to the same college, but then Mindy wanted to pursue in culinary, and so she parted ways, trying to be what she wanted to be, and then and then we had our separate lives for some time, but then later in the end we just kind of came back together, which was really strange. It wasn't even planned, but I just feel like the world brought us back together. And so I think just throughout all the experiences that I've experienced with all my other past jobs, it actually helped us to get where we are, and I think that goes same for you too, man.
Yeah, we did have some time in our life where, we imagined that, it'd be great if we started a business together, we, like what Megan said, we both went our separate ways. She had her own career. I wanted to pursue my dreams. And so, I did my own thing, and, we could have easily gone our own separate ways,
Right.
but, the world did bring us back together, and here we are now to this day.
That's fantastic. So from there, you guys created MCourse, which is this beautiful, amazing bakery here that has presented us some amazing gifts. So can we talk about this beautiful setting in front of us right here? So can you walk us through some of these amazing creations?
So we brought you some chocolate caramel cupcakes here. We first started off our product line with some cream puffs here. We have matcha, and we have vanilla, we have ube, and we have pandan. So 4 flavors here for you. And over there we have guava cupcakes with guava filling. And down here we have mango passion fruit cupcake. And we also provide whole cakes here. And this particular flavor is guava.
Wow.
And we do from, special wedding cakes to birthday and, other occasions as well. Yeah.
It's beautiful. So is there an inspiration or a theme that basically gives you the genesis and the projection of how you create your pastries? Like, is there an inspiration from Asian culture or international cultures?
Yeah, I think Asian desserts, they're not really that sweet. And so a lot of the bakeries around here, we noticed that a lot of the desserts were too sweet. So we wanted to just kind of cut back on the sugar and make our own desserts as well. And then also the different flavors that we offer is just kind of out there, and a lot of our clients are just amazed by what we do offer, and so they come back for more, and it's been awesome.
Wow.
Yeah.
So was there an inspiration either from another baker or another bakery that gave you the insight that you wanted to take on that another step further of your own creations? Was it like essentially, what was your favorite baker or bakery before you started MCourse?
I think the most influence bakery that I actually got was Paris Baguette.
Of course.
Actually, it's from Asia, and we were really influenced with their flavors and the textures of their cakes and everything. And so, and I worked for the company as well after graduating culinary school. So that's where I guess most of our knowledge came, and then continuously doing a lot of Asian cultural, multicultural flavors. Studies going on with us, and what we want to bring to the table in the future. Yeah.
Fantastic. Yeah. So now this was started when was it 2019 or 2020 or?
MCourse. September 2019.
Okay,
yeah.
So that's when it started taking off.
Really, yeah.
Wow. So then I had to ask you, what was 2020 like for MCourse as we went into that whole just change of dynamics from the entire global industry and also for small businesses, right?
Yeah.
How did that shift and evolve you guys?
Wow. So we worked as a full-time job at a corporate company,
Mhm.
and it was the same company. So I was the event coordinator there, and then Mindy worked as a pastry chef there.
Wow.
And so when we were working our full-time jobs, this is something we wanted to do. And so, because we wanted to start something of our own. And so we're just like, you know what, might as well, let's just get something started. And we did. And then later COVID hit. And so we're just like, okay, we were told to work from home. And so we're like, wow, what a great opportunity for us. So yeah, we were home and we're like, wow, okay, let's just kick this off and see where it goes. And so yeah, that's how we started. And our vision was just to hold team building classes actually and target corporate events. Because I was in events, a lot of the employees there were looking for team building activities and it was really important for them. So we're like, hey, you know, there's paint night and there's like flower making classes. Why not do like a cake decorating class? So yeah. So we're like, oh my God, that sounds amazing. And so we were getting ready for that. And then COVID hit and we're just like, wow, you know, okay, that's probably not going to work. And
so I mean, we came up with a cream puffs, and that's how we started off.
Yeah.
We want to get our names out there first,
Right.
and so we just ended up creating products. And after a pandemic hit, you know, we have to find a way to stay afloat.
Right.
And so our next vision is to go virtual now.
Wow.
About 42% of the companies now are actually working from home, and you know, they work remotely too. And about 92% of you know, students are actually schooled at home. So now it's virtual from companies to schools. So we like to pivot and go virtually and offer these amazing team building classes to everyone. And so that is our goal. And so we're working towards that.
Wow.
And so we're really, really excited this year. Yeah.
So team building activities through the beauty of pastries.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
I love that. Great. Okay. So this I got to ask you.
Okay.
Starting your own business, obviously, that already is a huge risk and gamble anyone takes. And coming from an Asian background, I'm assuming that mom and dad wanted safe, secure jobs from the get-go, probably from the birth of you both together, right?
Yeah.
So how did you guys convince them that you give up your corporate jobs, or basically leave your corporate jobs, or not go find other corporate jobs and start business of your own? Was this an uphill battle? Was it supportive, or how did that evolve?
Well, I think first of all, my career, I've always wanted to become I wanted to go to culinary school, and I already knew what I wanted to do. And as Asian parents, they always want you to have education first, and so I was kind of forced to go to college by my parents, by my mom, and I think it was within 1.5 years, and I really knew what I wanted to do in my heart. And it was a time where I stood up my ground, and then, you know, I fight back to my mom, and, you know, we fought like a lot. Do you remember?
Yeah.
Like, I think we fought like 3 times.
Wow.
Really big. But eventually, my mother, she gave in, and she really accepted that she really wanted me to be happy.
Wow.
And so she was able to say yes. And so that still blows my mind till this day, because, you know, she's this Asian woman, and, you know, and I'm so thankful for that. And that's why we're here today, actually. Yeah.
Do you have anything to add?
Yeah. I mean, well, so pretty much because of COVID, the corporate job that we had, they had to let us go. So it gave us the push to even be better.
Really make it happen. Yeah.
Just make it happen.
Right.
Yeah.
We thank COVID for that.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. But it was such a blessing for us, because the community out there just really helped us out. They started to notice us, and even the company, just connection itself, like that was really helpful too. So we were pretty much forced into getting this thing started like that. So it's been It's
So-
been wild.
So that's amazing because it sounds like you're one of the small businesses that didn't get killed and crushed by COVID, but you
Yeah.
found a way to pivot and thrive in COVID.
Right.
So then, what advice, what insights would you say it's really important for people who have lost their jobs and are now really understand that you need to find a side hustle? You need to have some sort of self-sustainability. What is one of the most important pieces of advice you can give them, especially now in this economy where you really need to find some sort of self-sufficiency?
I would say don't lose hope.
Okay.
Yeah, just don't lose hope. And, if you're going to make it happen, you will. Just put in your heart and soul into it. And yeah, it'll eventually come your way. That's how I see it. Yeah.
Right. Anything?
For me, let's see. Through this COVID, actually, let me retract back. We're taught from the very beginning from parents to grind,
Yeah.
to be successful in the
Yep.
future, and Megan and I actually realized during this pandemic that there's actually a much deeper level to that. And that's what we call self-awareness.
Okay.
And through self-awareness, as for any business owners and I guess just people in general, I think it's important for everyone to have be consciously aware of who they are and who other people are, and to fully invest their time and to understand themselves and to really think about the things that they can bring to the table to actually impact the world to be much, much more greater than it is right now. And so that's one of the things that we realized. And we wanted to do that through our desserts. We wanted to bring that care and love and support through the desserts that we provide. And
I love that. And so is there, what are the visions you have now for MCourse going into, say, 2021 into 2022? Obviously, I think we're all aware that I don't think there's going to be a post-COVID. I think COVID is here to stay with us, and we're just going to grow with it.
Yeah.
So what are visions that you have for MCourse as we go into this new age of basically adapting into what the pandemic is basically teaching us?
Yeah, I think virtual events are going to be huge, and it's going to stay. So, I think just hosting a lot of classes is our goal for sure. And then we're always changing up the menu for our desserts. So it's always going to be different every quarter. And so I think that's something people really enjoy. And so we're always looking forward to creating new items and flavors and things like that. And so, and even if COVID is here to stay, we're definitely wanting to open up a small shop for ourselves. And so we can even do a cake, decorating class, in-house. So we're definitely looking forward to it, and that's our goal. Yeah.
Right. And maybe for deliveries as well.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to, because of COVID, a lot of people are, ordering, and, shipments is a big thing as well.
Shipping.
So something to look
shipping
forward
too.
to.
Internationally.
Wow.
One day.
Yeah.
That'd be beautiful to get something like this in the mail.
Yeah.
Well, and that's really all the time we have here for this amazing interview. Thank you so much, Mindy and Megan.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
No, thank you for bringing all these amazing gifts. We're definitely going to be enjoying these afterwards.
Yeah.
But I hope that we get to have you at a more public event in 2022. But always thank you for sharing all your inspiration and your delicious creation with the community. And we'll see you again soon on Imagine Talks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Take care.